Hello and welcome to the 52-week Coleman challenge. This is week 23 and this week's challenge is hamburgers. Now, although the hamburger is a European invention, it's a quintessentially American dish. So, of course, this week I'm going to do something completely different. I've got here some quinoa. Quinoa are funny little granules. They're like rice. They come from a plant that's kind of like spinach. And we're going to make quinoa burgers like I had in California last week. Quinoa cooks pretty much like rice, so our first step, of course, is to prepare quinoa. I've got about 1.5 cups of water. I've got just under a cup of the quinoa itself. Pour it in the water. We've got cooked quinoa here, and you can tell the quinoa is done. It gets funny little rings that break off from the actual quinoa itself. So we're going to take this, and in the bowl here I have beaten an egg. So I have 1 egg in there. Take our spatula and spoon. I've given the quinoa a little time to cool, so I'm going to have to handle it here in a minute to form patties. Well, I don't want it to cook the egg when it gets dropped in, but it's still pretty warm. Probably should have cooked the quinoa yesterday. Into that I'm going to add a tablespoon of sesame seeds. Most of the instructions I found called for breadcrumbs, but I'm going to use sesame seeds and a little bit of celery, which I've taken through the cheese grater, just for a little more texture and color. Give this a stir. The egg is the binding agent. The egg is what's going to make this work. And for an experiment, a dollop of plain yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt. I don't know if that's going to work out or not. And a dash of chili powder, which will give it a nice color and some flavor. First thing I'm going to do is actually heat up my bread. Sticking with my gluten-free theme, and everything we've done so far is gluten-free, that's why I didn't use breadcrumbs. And I've got some Italian white tapioca rice bread, which is tapioca and rice flour. It comes frozen. And I like to grill the bread. Alright, a nice little toasty coating there. Take these out. Alright, let's dress one of these. I've got some homemade Thousand Island dressing, so I'm going to put some of that on. The quinoa actually doesn't taste like much of anything by itself. It's a lot like rice in that regard. You're going to have to add something to flavor it up. And then, a good dose of the green stuff. This is exactly how they do it at the restaurant I went to. And then the top bread, and that's a quinoa burger. A request for you, if you like what I'm doing here and you like the fact that I've made 23 of these cooking videos in a row, there is a little thumbs up button there. If you could just thumbs up for me. It requires that you have a YouTube account. It only takes a minute. If you have a Gmail account, you already have a YouTube account.